What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, as you can tell, we're not in our usual setup. Instead, I'm on the road, so I have to use my laptop, my old microphone. Hopefully, everything's working out well. It's going to maybe be a little bit lower quality than usual with the video here. Hopefully, the gameplay is going to be just as fine. We'll see how the internet holds up. It should be good. I've tested it out, and it's not terrible. But anyway, we're going to be trying out the Preview Cup today, which, if you don't know what that is going to be the Go Battle League under the new Go Battle League system they've been working on. Hopefully, less bugs, although it is a much different format, right? Obviously, it's going to be a system that we're not quite used to. It's going to feel a little bit different, but that's why I want to try it out. And I'm going to be trying out a Shadow Murkrow team, Aegislash as well, one of my favorite Pokemon. I'm going to try it out because I feel like in this new system, Aegislash actually feels pretty good to use. So let's get into the battles and see what this Preview Cup is going to look like. Alright, looks like we got our first opponent here today. One thing about this preview meta is it seems like not a lot of people are actually playing it, probably because, like, who wants to do a legend push or something trying out a new system? That would be a bad idea under a lot of circumstances, so I could see why you might not want to do it. Wow, we see a Pangoro lead. They're actually staying in here. These Pecks are doing insane amounts of damage, and I mean, they probably Night Slashes here, right? But the main thing about Aegislash is you want to get shields down, so by doing this, by shielding up my own Murkrow here, we can try to guarantee we shields down later on. They actually went for a pretty heavy-hitting move there, though. They went for a close combat, and they come in with a Tinkaton safe swap. Which, while we don't have a hard answer for this on our team, actually, could be a little bit scary. We'll see how that's going to go. Aegislash is actually still pretty good in this matchup. It doesn't necessarily need to win this. It just more so needs to not lose it super hard. Although getting that Bulldoze debuff on us on the first move is a little bit scary. But Bulldoze, while it is super effective, it's not the best move in the game. Aegislash is a pretty bulky Pokemon, so it's like this could be playing out worse. And for some reason, they're not throwing a move as quickly as they could here. They're actually just building up more energy. I guess to make sure that if I do end up going into Sword form, they can just make me shield a Bulldoze immediately after. But once again, I don't really care. Dude, double debuff, that's crazy. It's fine. We don't necessarily need to be able to, survive the next Bulldoze here. Just getting to 2 Shadow Balls is pretty big as Aegislash. Shadow Ball is going to hurt quite a bit. They might go for a shield. In fact, you can see that they did shield. You can see pretty early here that little shield icon. Ooh. Oh, what the heck? Okay, yeah, see, that's a little bit of a bug there. That looked like I lost CMP for a second, but I guess I won it. And now, that was the CMP on the Bulldoze, right? Yeah, it was. I think I'm double debuffed. At this point, I'm not going to shield a Bulldoze. I'll let this go. And I think I'm just going to rely right now on my Licky to be able to neutralize this for the most part, and then Murkrow hopefully sweeping the back line. We'll see what's in the back. I feel like with Pangoro, there's actually a pretty good chance that they're using a Pokemon such as Aegislash in the back line, because Pangoro Aegislash is also a pretty good core. They do bring back in the Pangoro pretty quickly here, and that's a smart play. They're going to bait back out my Murkrow. I can't really stay in with my Licky in that matchup. Maybe I could have, actually. Maybe I could have gone for a Body Slam there. That could have been a decent play. But now we'll see what they bring in. Probably the Tinkaton, but they have to go for Gigaton Hammer to knock us out. They can't really go for the Bulldoze. I mean, they could, I guess, if they want to bait us. But obviously, we're a Flying-type Pokemon. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Bulldoze is not a strong move in the first place. So we end up landing that move. Why did that do so little damage? What is happening? Maybe this preview meta is not as ready to be played as we thought it would be. I just did like 0 damage with a Drill Peck. What was that? Yeah, that's how much it's supposed to do. This thing should be knocked out by now. I'm in so much trouble thanks to that, actually. Oh boy. I mean, I have to shield a Gigaton Hammer, but why did that just happen? What? I don't know, dude. Okay. Well, we have this Shadow Ball ready to go. We can knock this out at the very least. We still have... Actually, no, our Murkrow's gone. I don't even have it as an option. I thought it was still in the backline on like 1 HP as like a catch, but no, I guess it got knocked out. In the backline is a Grumpig. Hold on, this might actually still be playable. I don't think I get one-shot by a Dynamic Punch, and I will get a Shadow Ball plus a Body Slam off here, which potentially is going to be all we need. We'll see. They're going to go for the Dynamic. How much damage does this do? Can I survive this? It would be really funny if we won this game, despite what we saw happen a little bit earlier on. Dynamic comes through. Yeah, we do survive that actually pretty well. We have the Shadow Ball. We have a Body Slam. Do we knock them out with these 2 moves? Grumpig is kind of bulky, but we'll see. Shadow Ball comes through. Our opponent doesn't have any shields left. We have the Body Slam ready to go as well, and I think this should be enough. So whatever happened this game, I guess it wasn't enough to stop us. Let's not speak too soon. We could have this do 0 damage again. No, it actually does the full damage, like it's supposed to. Okay, that was weird. But at least we won. I don't even know what to say. You know, as I was saying, this system is still a work in progress, right? Not a lot of people are playing it because it is a little bit buggy, right? There's still things are working out. There's a reason this is not the main Go Battle League system. And as you can see, we're down in the 2700s, mainly because I don't think a lot of people are going to try to do their Legend push on a very broken Go Battle League system, right? Or at least one that they're not super used to. Because, I mean, the regular Go Battle League system's also pretty broken as well, so I guess a lot of people are Legend pushing on the classic format. which has its own fair share of bugs. But the main thing about this new system, I should probably talk about it because I haven't really given a good explanation about what it's doing, is in theory, it's supposed to make it so a lot of the bugs from the old system are not really that much of a problem. So sometimes fast move damage would damage you before you throw a charge attack, sometimes it would happen after. That should be pretty standardized. We catch an Iron Head, that's crazy. Okay, good thing that I caught that, and good thing I bait this out, actually. Malamar is kind of a scary Pokemon for Aegislash to seem. And now that we know they have Iron Head, we're actually in a pretty good spot, because our Murkrow wouldn't really want to take that damage, and I guess Aegislash probably walls the energy from that thing too. This is an interesting game. Do they know that I got that rollout sneak as well? They do throw energy, but I think they have to superpower us to knock us out from this range. I think that a foul play is not quite enough. So I'm going to no-shield this. They do full send the superpower, makes sense. But now I should be able to come in and get a pretty big energy lead on my Shadow Murkrow. We'll go for one shield into a farm down, because at this point we caught that energy from the Corviknight. So that should mean at this point they don't have a lot of energy left over. If they switch out at some point too, I can just bring in my Aegislash to wall them off pretty well as well. Do I want to do that though? Because honestly, that could be a little bit awkward. Ooh, they might have CMP'd us there. It looks like that might have been the case. I mean, I could bring in Aegislash. That wouldn't be a terrible play, but if I do that, then I end up being in a spot where potentially Aegislash can't really fast move this down, right? It has no fast move pressure. Well, no shield the Air Cutter, because they threw that so soon. And I mean, we'll just, I guess, go for a bit of an overfarm here ourselves. Go for, okay, a bit of a miscount by me. Maybe it doesn't matter, though, because I think I might be able to go for the one shield farm down. But if 4 Pecks aren't enough, then I do have to switch out, because they'd be able to get their next move off. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess I do need to swap out here. That right there is unfortunate, because on this new system, that's what I'm talking about. The fast move pressure registers after a charge attack, so I can't go for that farm down, whereas on the old system, I would have been able to. But we can try to go for a charging down. We only get a single fast move out of that. But in comes some Malamar here. I can't really go for a fast move farm down against this either. I do have a lot of energy, though, on Murkrow, and I don't think 2 foul plays knock us out here on Aegislash, which is kind of cool, I guess. They're going to go for a foul play. It's going to hurt quite a bit, but we should survive the move. And I would love it if I could switch into Murkrow at some point, which honestly I might be able to. I'm going to go here for the Shadow Ball now, and then if I can switch after this, I'm going to swap out and go for a move instantly into the Malamar to be able to try to save Aegislash if I can. They're likely going to shield this up, but maybe they let it go. Maybe they don't really care about what Aegislash is doing. They do let that go. Thievul in the back. Oh boy, let's switch out. I have so much energy here. I can't let that farm down happen. And, man, these Sucker Punches are going to start hurting quite a bit, but we'll see if we can win this one. Because, I mean, Drill Peck's going to hurt quite a bit, too. They do let that go. I guess at this point... Oh, man. Oh, no. Why is it... What is this team? Okay, Corviknight Double Dark. I guess they don't want to give any play to Aegislash here. Ah, that's so sad. Because I think at this point, they just get to 2 Night Slashes against us before we get a Gyro Ball. Yeah, not much I can do there. Aegislash is kind of pinned in the back line. I think we would have had maybe a chance if... I don't know. If I could have got that farm down against the Corviknight, that would have been huge. But they played that smart. They swapped out of their Malamar. They didn't give me any farm where I would have wanted it, so... Well played to them. I don't really know what else I could have done that game. I got a nice catch. It was Ironhead Corviknight, too. Don't see that too often. I'll tell you what, you're not missing out on these queue times here. People are not playing this meta too much. And I mean, after that first game of the day, where I literally had the damage just do nothing from one of my Murkrow's charge attacks, I could wonder why, right? But we see a Swampert here in the lead, which is a Pokemon that I wish we could 2-shield through. I don't think I can. I think the problem with Swampert is, well, it is squishy. It's not squishy enough that I can fully farm this down. But Murkrow still takes no fast move damage from them. And we actually see a Tentacruel come in. I'm going to come in with my Aegislash here, actually. Because they could have payback, I suppose. But maybe they don't. Even if they do have payback, though, I resist the fast move pressure quite a bit here. And I don't know if a payback even 2-shots us. They do have payback. Yeah, they don't even 2-shot us. That's kind of sad. That's why Aegislash is kind of a broken Pokemon sometimes, right? Its ability just to survive attacks and then get to 2 moves of its own. It's just insane. And we'll go for the Shadow Ball here. For some reason, they haven't thrown just yet. I mean, I guess what they're going to try to do is they're just going to play this out in the way where they let me throw both of my Shadow Balls, and then they're going to go for the CMP on the second one to make it so they only have to go for a Scald to knock us out, which is a smart play, but it also means they do have to go down those 2 shields, right? My Murkrow has a lot of energy left over on it, and unless there's a hard counter to Murkrow in the backline, we should be in a pretty playable spot. They do CMP us here. Probably a Scald coming through if I had to guess. I'm going to let this go. I think we have a shield advantage, and I think using that shield advantage with our Murkrow is going to be the best way to play out this game. I'll bring my Licky Licky here. mainly just because I don't want to shield a Scald on my Murkrow, and if I go for a Body Slam now, I can go for a combo play with my Murkrow to potentially get a Drill Peck off and snipe down like 100 energy from this Pokemon. That would be pretty fun. We'll see what happens here, though. Go for the swap out. They switch at the same time. Smart play. But I should be able here to go for a little bit of an undercharge. Actually, this might not be a good enough undercharge. This might still knock out. We'll see, actually. Is that good, or do they get a move off now? Uh-oh. Okay, they get a move off. Maybe a bad undercharge by me there, but it's still fine. We have a lot of energy on Murkrow. If Tentacruel comes in, we can snipe him down. Anything else comes in, I guess we'll see what happens. What are they going to do? Tentacruel comes in, so we go for the Drill Peck. This should get the knockout. So despite not getting the combo play, we're still going to knock out both the Tentacruel and the Swampert with our Murkrow, so that's nice. They're going to probably come in with something that doesn't want to see Murkrow the way we've been playing out this game. Yeah, no, that is a Scrafty. They do not want to see Murkrow at all. They have quit, I guess. The top left, like the animation when they quit, is always a little bit buggy now too. There's still like a few things in this that they definitely have to like work out to make sure that it feels like it's not just the game completely glitching out. There's some weird stuff that goes on with the camera angles at sometimes too, and I don't know, we've already seen a few things today that are just not quite exactly what you'd want to see in the final product. And we see our next opponent. Let's see, a Legend. I guess they're just trying out this new system as well. Murkrow as our lead into Empoleon. Okay. This is kind of an odd matchup. They are on Metal Sound. I've seen a couple people actually trying out Waterfall recently, which is a cool moveset. But I don't really have a great Empoleon answer, so I think what I'm going to do is I'll just stay in here, because these foul plays and these pecks are going to add up quite a bit. If they don't shield them, they just get knocked out, and if they do shield them, then Aegislash in the backline is going to be so happy once shields are down, right? That's the whole thing about Aegislash. Once shields are down, it is such a hard Pokemon to deal with. They're at 9, so 1 away from their next move. The most annoying thing about this matchup is it's always a CMP here. So if they want to, they can go for a pretty easy catch at this point. Or they could just go for, you know, the play where they double shield. Or maybe they just let this go and try to survive. Murkrow does get a shield, alright. And at this point, I think it might just be worth it to let this go. I have a shield advantage. I put this into a range where a Shadow Ball from Licky Licky should basically knock them out. And I have an Aegislash in the backline, and they have no shields left over. So we're looking like we're in a decent spot. But, you know, we'll see how this plays out. Okay, we actually go for a full rollout sneak there, too. I kind of figured if they're going to go for 6 Metal Sounds, they're not going to try to go for the 7th, right? They're going to try to CMP us. And it's a good thing that we got that sneak as well. I'll go for the way to turn into the Shadow Ball play, just because I do want this thing out of here. The less Pokemon on screen for Aegislash to try to deal with all on its own, the better. So just getting this out of here is going to be helpful. What's going to come in? It is a Dunsparce. Oh no. Not exactly a Pokemon Aegislash loves to see. But I mean, this thing's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not very impactful. It's a Pokemon that, while it can be annoying in a vacuum, it's a Pokemon that, like, it doesn't do a lot of damage individually, and Rollout is resisted by my Aegislash, so there is a chance still for us, I think. They're at 5 right now, so 1. I get the second Body Slam, and this second Body Slam puts them into range where a Gyro Ball should be able to knock them out. But man, Gyro Ball is not the move I really want to be throwing into anything. We'll switch out here, because I don't think I get another move off. I'm not going to risk it. At least a non-stab Drill Run doesn't really do that much damage to us, so I will let this go. And they likely will stay in here and just force us to go into Sword form at some point. Let's see what they do. Dunsparce is such an odd Pokemon. Oh! Interesting play by them. I can't tell if the game's like just lagging or what's going on right there. But they come in with the Altaria. And if I'm being honest, I am fine with this. Flamethrower is going to hurt quite a bit. But like, there's not a lot of fast food pressure left this game. I'm going to go here for the Shadow Ball once I get to 100 energy. And then I'm going to do like 2 Psycho Cuts and then throw my next move. That way I should be able to build up a little bit more energy while I'm in Sword form. And that should hopefully make it so I can outpace that Dunsparce. And yeah, the Dunsparce can't really roll out us down. I need to be able to get to another Gyro Ball here against that Dunsparce. That's the way I win this game. Shadow Ball comes through and knocks out the ult. Now in comes that Dunsparce. And we lag, and we don't get a Psycho Cut through. I thought that one-turn lag was fixed. Interesting. This is not ideal. I would have loved 9 extra energy here, because I think we would have had the move right now. Okay, we got a catch somehow. Okay, we caught the move. I was waiting there a couple of times just to like throw them off on when I was gonna go for the catch, but somehow we get the catch off, and we have the gyro ball. That's so stupid. Why is the game doing this to me? I still won like I think I was going to if the game worked as intended, but it made me work for that one a little bit extra. Man, this preview cup definitely not 100% ready. I will say we got denied. We're not supposed to get denied. We're supposed to never get denied. That's the whole thing about this, right? One turn lag should be a thing of the past. Damage registration error should be a thing of the past. But you know, we'll hope that doesn't happen again. All right, we got our next battle here. This person's actually doing an expert push inside the preview meta. Honestly, good luck to you, sir. Good luck. That is a bold choice. Malamar lead's actually really good for us to see. Malamar does end up doing quite a bit of damage with his superpower, potentially, if they want to throw it, which looks like they're staying in. They're at 11. Could be a superpower, could be a foul play bait if they're crazy for some reason. But I think it's going to be a superpower. I guess it's not. In comes that, I guess. And now we're going to go here for the Drill Peck. Now that I know they're in a range where this should be able to knock them out. I could have thrown the Drill Peck immediately, but the thing is, it wouldn't have knocked them out from that range, so it doesn't immediately pressure a shield. At least this way, if they let this go now, I should be able to leverage a lot more energy in the backline, which, yeah, they do let that go. They're just sacrificing the Malamar. Who's going to come in? We see a Tinkaton come in. I'm not going to give him a farm down over, so I'm going to just swap into my Licky Licky, which, while this is not, the best matchup here for a Licky Licky, it could be worse. Yeah, well, yeah, it definitely could be worse. They give us a full rollout sneak there. That's pretty nice. They're at 9, so they have 2 after this Gigaton Hammer. They're 5 away from their next, but at the very least, I should get to 2 Shadow Balls here, and that should be enough. What was that? Well, I'm already in a bad spot here. I don't need to be in that bad of a spot. Oh boy. They just got like 20 extra fairy winds there while my Licky Licky decided to just not throw the charge attack. Not ideal. And I guess Licky Licky won that CMP. Is that supposed to happen? Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, they Gigaton Hammer. Okay, and they undercharge that. I'm going to switch out. They swap at the same time. That's really good that happens. And they're out here. Dude, what is happening? The thing is, like, every time I've played this preview meta, I've always been... How is that a 4-1? How is that a 4-1? Every time I've played on this preview meta, I've always been, like, connected to Ethernet, really good internet. This is like me playing on mobile data in the middle of nowhere. And I can feel that. I can feel it a little bit more. Yikes. Okay, well, let's keep queuing up. I mean, a 4-1 set to start. That's cool. How many weird bugs did we see in that first set? Like 5? At the very least, like, my Licky Licky, what was it doing there that last game? It decided to stand still. I clicked the Shadow Ball, and the Tinkaton just kept on doing fairy winds, and my Licky Licky was just standing there. Somehow we won it. But luckily, I guess it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Murkrow into... Yo, Hydreigon. Okay, so recently there was a tournament that happened in Europe that was actually won by a Shadow Hydreigon. This one's a non-Shadow, but, like, anytime I see a Hydreigon right now, I almost always think Aegislash in the back. I feel like that is a very likely possibility, so that right now is what I'm going to be playing for, and assuming is back there. Okay, we'll go for a catch attempt. We don't quite get it, but they bring in a Grumpig, and this is actually still reinforcing my beliefs that there's an Aegislash in the back line. Dude, it's happening! You know why? Hey, dude, why are you doing this, Licky Licky? That's not great. That's not great. Why were you standing there, buddy? I kind of needed this energy. Because I think now I don't get to 2 Shadow Balls. Let's just stand there. Let's just stand there and let them Psywave me down. And that's great. Thank you. Okay, well, I get a Body Slam off, I guess. Yeah, this is not great, though, because, like, that Hydreigon is so much energy, too. They do get knocked out here. I'm going to switch right back into my Murkrow. Because I don't want to let them, like, be in a spot here where they get so much energy on this Hydreigon, they just start, like, outpacing us super hard. Brutal Swing makes sense. They actually throw an alignment here, which is kind of nice. I should start throwing foul plays as well, because if they do have Aegislash in the backline, then I definitely should be throwing that instead. If they try to go for, like, a catch. Big foul play. What do we see them do? They likely have to shield this up. I would imagine that's what we're going to see. They do shield, yeah, because, like, they can't really not shield that if there is what I think is in the back line. And they throw the Brutal Swing now. Alright, this will knock us out, and this is going to be a very rough charging down with Aegislash, but I think we have to go for it. Aegislash, buddy. Hello? Dude, please bring in my Aegislash. Uh-oh. Game, I would love it if you did not bring in my Licky Licky here. Thank you. Oh, hey, there's an Aegislash in the back. That's crazy. This actually is going to get so weird, how this is going to play out. Because, like, they can never throw a move first, but they kind of have to. Ooh, uh-oh. If that was a CMP, I'm in so much trouble. Was that a CMP? I think that might have been a CMP. I should have, like, switched there or something. Because I don't one-shot them with this. If I would have lost that CMP... Yeah, oh no! I needed to lose that CMP, or have that not be a CMP, and then we probably just win that game. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Now we just lose. Well played to them. That Aegislash mirror is actually such a nightmare there. You want to have... I guess, well, I have a really good Aegislash. I'm kind of surprised I won CMP, honestly. Okay, well, dang. What a weird game. That's like the moral of the story, though. Like, every single game is just... It's been very scuffed so far today. Hopefully we can, like, stop having my guys just stand there, though. Because we lost out on so much just having them sit there and do nothing. We see an Ozu in the lead at the very least. Which, like, this is a pretty good lead matchup. You might not expect that, right? But, like, since I'm able to outpace him so heavily to Drill Pecks, I'm able to do quite a bit of work here just by going for my fast food pressure, going for these Drill Pecks, and maybe even catching a move at some point. They're likely going to no-shield this. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, wait, what the heck? I was, like, considering if I was going to catch, but, like, they switch out. They're the ones who swap for some reason. They bring in the Furret. I wish I could tell you why, but... Alright, they bring in the Furret. And now shields are going to go down for them. I guess that happened. I don't know what that was. I hope I got my extra energy there. I should be at 4 Pecks right now, hopefully. Okay, I am. That's good. And now we'll go for the Drill Peck here on what looks like CMP. And I think at this point they can switch out, right? So, like, if I shield this up, there's a good chance they try to go for a combo play into us. But, like, if they do that, I think I'm fine. I'm fine if they do that. Surely they won't, but they could. And, like, if they do go for a combo play, then really I should be switching here myself. Okay, I guess. That was weird. That was odd. Everything about today in the Preview Cup has been so weird. The animations just don't quite line up with what I'm expecting to have happen. But this does set up a very interesting opportunity, though. There's not often times where you're able to come in with the Aegislash and actually fast move something down. But I think at this point, Azumarill is so low on HP, it might just be in charging down range. They are on play rough, likely play rough Ice Beam, which would mean that they have no charge attack pressure here. Man, that was actually an easier charging down than I thought it would be. I thought it would take, like, 5 or 6 more. Ooh, is the Diggersby in the back? Of course it is. That's still fine, maybe. Because, like, Diggersby doesn't do all that much damage here. Was that a Fire Punch? Or am I, like... Did I not see an extra fast move come through? There's no way they just Fire Punch. Yeah, okay, it's a Scorching Sands. Makes sense. Okay, I didn't want to CMP there. That would have been probably the biggest thing that I could do that would be bad. Because I didn't... Actually, who wins the CMP? I'd probably lose that CMP. Maybe a CMP wouldn't have been, like, terrible play. Oh, we're fine, we're fine. This is an interesting play by them. If they go back into the Furret, I guarantee this Pokemon goes down. Now, they can't ever Brick Break my Licky Licky. I always land a Gyro Ball into the Diggersby as well. And sure, Diggersby's not necessarily great for Licky Licky, but, like, Diggersby doesn't want to be down, like, I don't know, half of its HP in that matchup. They have a little bit of energy, but not enough here, I don't think. Because I think 2 Body Slams should just knock him out. If I get debuffed, sure, it'll take a third. But they need 3 Scorching Sands here to knock me out. Alright. They'll go for the first. Imagine they have Hyper Beam. You know, 2 Hyper Beams also knock us out, just saying. We'll see what they do. Scorching Sands makes sense. No debuff, please. Thank you. And yeah, I think at this point, this game should be pretty over. Even if they debuff us now, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Body Slam comes through. We get them down to about Body Slam range again. And I'll just go for a CMP here just to... What's happening? Can I throw my move? There is always a lose condition here of Licky Licky just choosing not to throw the energy. I don't know how many of you have played like the main series games. But, like sometimes when like your Pokemon reach too high of a level, you know, they start to disobey. That kind of feels like what Licky Licky's been doing for me today. It's just like standing there, having me tap on the charge attacks, and nothing happens. Oh, okay. We got the win again. It's like, it keeps on being these situations where we still win, but like these really annoying things happen. And I would love it if those would stop happening. You know, I really thought the new system was pretty close to being ready to be released. I guess, you know, maybe when you don't have the best of internet, maybe not as much. Okay. I'll go here for the Drill Peck. This should be able to put them down into a range where I can just easily win the mirror match. Gourgeist lead is decent for the team, not gonna lie. I do like the Gourgeist lead. And now, honestly, after landing that Drill Peck, they're in single Body Slam range. They're in a lot of trouble. They're at 6. They have back-to-back Body Slams. They didn't even beta Hyper Beam. But yeah, the new system, I could get used to the feel of it. I could get used to, like, the mechanics working differently. Why did I get denied there? I wish I could tell you. What I can't get used to is the new bugs. There's not supposed to be bugs on this system. The whole point is this system should be ready to go and should be, like, the new replacement for everything here. I guess we lose CMP. That's fine. We get a little bit lower in HP than I would have liked, though. Surprised that I lose CMP, because honestly, I'm pretty used to winning CMP in the mirror match with these Lickies, but I guess maybe I got a little overconfident. But it's fine. If I get shields down, then it's not like that Gourgeist is even that scary for Aegislash, right? The one thing I don't want to have happen, though, is I don't want to give him, like, a massive Incinerate down. Okay, they get 3 Incinerates here, which is a decent energy lead, but it's not as much as they'd probably want. Shadow Ball does not get a shield. I'm going to switch out and just go for peck damage. Although maybe I shouldn't have, because they swap out 2... Uh-oh, okay. This is really bad. Morpeko might be the worst thing that I could have seen in the backline. I am so weak to Morpeko. I don't win this game. I don't have a chance. I don't have even a sliver of a chance here, do I? I don't. They don't throw energy. They have so much... I'm out of here. I'm not playing this one out. There is no way I'm playing out this game. No chance. Uh-oh. This set is going quite a bit worse than the first set, not gonna lie. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll make the most of it. Man, that was a really good team comp for us for, like, the first 2 seconds of that game. What? Giraffary? Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm running the wrong Pokemon. I have a hard counter to this Pokemon. I wanted it out with my Murkrow, so I swapped into Licky Licky. With that said, maybe this isn't terrible? I don't know. It's probably so bad that I did this. With that said, like, if I can get some shields down here, that's not bad. Oh, if I brought an Aegislash, I would be so happy right now. Girafarig Wigglytuff Core. I wish I could tell you I've seen this team in the past. I've never seen this team, though. I've never seen anyone run a team anywhere close to this. Alright. We'll go for the Body Slam. We'll see what they want to do. I would love to get a shield from them, but likely we won't. Because there's not really much of a reason to, right? I think I'm going to shield this up, though. I think that's not a terrible play. I am debuffed on my Licky Licky, which is not amazing necessarily, but keeping Switch would be pretty nice. Okay. Body Slam will eventually come through there. I would love to see a shield right now. And we get one. Nice. The main reason I want to see a shield there is because, you know, despite the little bit of a misplay that I had by coming in with the wrong Pokemon into Wigglytuff, now I can bring in Aegislash into Wiggles now and start putting in a little bit more work. The one bad thing is Wigglytuff is a very HP-weighted Pokemon. It has so much HP, in fact, that there's no way I could ever charging this down from here. But if I can just build up a lot of energy and force them to waste their energy, then potentially I can bring in my Murkrow at some point and try to go for a peck farm down. They throw another move, makes sense. And now I think is the time to just swap out into my Murkrow and try to get as much fast pressure as we can. Oh, that was a smart swap out by them. But Azumarill, as we were talking about, not necessarily the best counter to a Murkrow in the game. Well, it is good in theory into us. It's not great. Just because we have the energy lead, and we basically two-shot here with Drill Pecks. Yeah, it's so much damage. That's crazy what that does. I'm definitely shielding this up, because if I shield this move, then all I need to do is get to back-to-back Drill Pecks, and then get to back-to-back Gyro Balls, and this game should always be a win. But this game would have been a little bit easier if I would have played it out a little bit less stupidly, and if I would have potentially just come in, Aegislash into Wigglytuff. Not gonna lie, that would have been a good play. But it's fine. It's fine, because I guess we're getting bailed out by a double Fairy Abuser. I'm gonna go for the foul play here, no matter what. I think that's not a bad play. They'd probably bring in the Wigglytuff, honestly, but I need to knock out the Wigglytuff anyway, so I'm fine going for a foul play into this. And yeah, even though they do that, I don't get confusion down by their Girafarig. At least not before I get a move off. And then, what are they going to throw into my Aegislash? Like Thunderbolts, maybe? And that's not going to do a lot. Okay, we get our move through. I'm a little bit more nervous about clicking charge attacks than I used to be. Sometimes they just don't go off. But Foul Play gets that shield, and we do get knocked out there. Aegislash comes in. We go for the Gyro Ball, and despite the fact that I'm not at back-to-back here, I don't think that really matters. It's a Shadow Girafarig. This should knock out. They're at like 60% HP, right? This should be enough, surely? Yeah, it gets a knockout. I did not play that game perfectly. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Could have played it a little bit better. But I will say, is the game gonna move on? Did I get the win? Please tell me I got the win. Okay. I will say we still played it out good enough to get the win. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much of this is like the new system just like sucking, and how much it's like my internet. It could be my internet, very much so. There is a good chance a lot of these bugs are because my internet is not great. And if that's the case, then I apologize for those of you who are working on this new system, trying to make it work. It's, I don't know. But the problem is it's supposed to work on bad internet too, right? That's like the main thing, is it's supposed to be something that even on less optimal conditions, it should still be a pretty consistent mode. So it's a good stress test as well, just to see what it looks like when you're not in the most optimal setup. Because like my computer at home, I'm plugged into the Ethernet. I have like perfect settings that you could really ask for. And on those circumstances, the new system actually feels pretty good. But right now, I'm not a big fan. I'm not the biggest fan of it. All right, Murkrow into Quagsire. Okay, another Mudboy here. The big question is, are they on Stone Edge? It's a non-Shadow Quagsire, actually. Don't see a lot of those recently. I've seen a lot of Mudbomb Quagsires in recent history here, too. Okay, Licky comes in. I'll go for an attempted to catch. Don't quite get it, but even the peck damage that we got against them is pretty nice. I guess I got denied there. Was I supposed to? Maybe I was. It's so hard to tell if that was lag or not. Anyway, what we have access to is a little bit of peck chip damage, and we have a lot of body slam energy here too now. So I should be able to just spam out body slams here, hopefully survive 3, and hopefully they get knocked out by the 3rd. And if that's the case, then I can keep switch, and I should be in a good spot. Or if they want to go down shields, I'm very fine with that too, because Aegislash into Quagsire is a deceptively playable matchup. It's insane to say that, but like it's kind of true. Hello? That is so bad! That is the 2nd time that's happened! Where's my damage? That's so bad! Well, now I don't win switch or a shield advantage, now I just straight up lose switch. You've got to be joking me. Like, that, I think, is the most bizarre thing that we've seen in testing so far today. Is, like, why does that happen? That is so crazy. The body slam just does no damage. And now I'm going to get roll out. Well, this is almost certainly game over. I don't know how you come back from this one, guys. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how you come back from this situation. We get his shield, so that's cool. That's awesome. I'm so sorry I'm showcasing this. I thought this was going to be a cool, fun showcase of the new system, but wow, this is insanely bad. Now I have to double shield my Shadow Murkrow. They can just bring in the Quagsire and Aqua Tail me now from this range if they wanted to, which honestly is probably their plan. Or maybe they just get another move off. Oh, they bring in a Togekiss. Okay, you know, maybe there's like still a sliver of a chance here. If we get a shield right now, I'd be very happy. A shield would be very helpful. We do get a shield. I can switch. And now I can start charging, as Aegislash so eloquently puts it. We catch a Gyro Ball. We have some energy on our Murkrow. Dude, there's no way we should have a chance in a game where I've already lost 2 Body Slams worth of damage into that Licky Licky. There's no way we should have a chance here. But maybe we do. Aegislash, please don't just deny yourself energy. I appreciate that, buddy. I guess we somehow got a CMP there. I didn't really try to, but I guess that's fine. I wanted this thing gone before they could switch out. So going for a CMP is honestly not a bad play. But it is a little bit unfortunate that we're in a spot now where I am going to be wasting a little bit of HP. I could have thrown like 1 sooner and I wouldn't have taken that damage. We knock out the Togekiss. We're likely going to see them bring back in the Quagsire. And I need to make sure they don't catch a Shadow Ball on us, because that would be kind of bad if they did. They're going to do what? Okay, Quag comes in. Oh, I get refunded. Thank you, new system. I appreciate that. Nothing about this is okay. Nothing about this is supposed to be happening. I mean, I lost 2 Body Slams of energy, so, you know, I'll take whatever this is. I literally got refunded. I got refunded my energy this game. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. I mean, we won it. I should feel proud about this one, but I don't. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Well, I mean, we got a 3-2 set. I'm gonna be honest, this might have been like the most anxiety-inducing 10 battles of my life. 2793. Well, we're climbing, guys. I'm so sorry you had to watch this. It's a good test, though. I mean, we gotta be testing it out. We gotta make sure whether or not this is ready. This game's ready, right? To be implemented. This new GBL mode. And I'm gonna be honest, from what I've seen today, I would rather never touch this again. But I'm hoping that they can fix these bugs. But man, that was rough, guys. That was kind of rough. But yeah, I mean, thank you for watching. I'm so sorry, once again, that this gameplay was so scuffed. Didn't realize it would be this crazy. I thought this was just gonna be a fun little day of trying out the new system, you know? Not quite. Not quite. Tomorrow I'll try, probably just back into Jungle Cup or something. Wait, there's a league rotation, so I'll try something else, but probably not this again, unfortunately. But yeah, take care, have a good night, and I'll see you all in the next video.